The first thing you must remember on becoming an advocate is that English is not a foreign language and also a badge of fame. But first things first, the first thing you must remember on becoming an advocate is that English is not a foreign language. Since 1950, it has become an Indian language. It is one of the two national languages of India. So the first important thing you do on becoming an advocate is to please improve your knowledge of and a proficiency in the English language. This you must do by reading and absorbing the great pieces of writing in English literature. This is not in order to make you anglicized, far from it. It is to give you an opportunity to establish yourself and be successful in the legal profession. Because the law in India is and will remain English in origin. All the great concepts in the Constitution are Anglo-Saxon, like liberty, equality, rule of law. Justice Felix Frankfurter is a name that is or should be familiar to you all, because he was the judge whom India's constitutional advisor B.N. Rao had consulted when he drafted the Constitution of India. But he is also famous for another reason, and you must know it. In 1954, a 12-year-old American student living in Alexandria, Virginia, wrote a letter to the judge and said he was interested in going into law as a career, and he asked for advice. Frankfurter's now famous advice to a young man interested in going into law is in the public domain for all to read. And his advice given in 1954 is as follows. The best way to prepare for the law is to come to the study of the law as a well-read person. Thus alone can one acquire the capacity to use the English language on paper and in speech, and with the habits of clear thinking, which only a truly liberal education can give. So, stock your mind with the deposit of much good reading. Widen and deepen your feelings by experiencing as much as possible the wonderful mysteries of the universe, and forget all about your future career. This was Frankfurter's frank advice to a young American. It remains valid today for India. I heartily endorse the same and pass it on to you. You will find Frankfurter's advice to a law student recorded in a book titled The World of Law. The book is in 2 volumes. The first volume, the title is The Law in Literature. The second volume has the title The Law as Literature. In these 2 volumes, you will find extracts of essays, opinions, stories, records of famous trials, speeches, all compiled by a distinguished English constitutional lawyer, Mr. Ephraim London. That's his name. These 2 volumes contain a mine of very useful and excellent writing in English. If you find that the book is unavailable, it might be since it was published nearly 60 odd years ago, feel free to write to me and I'll be glad to send you some extracts in depth, which you must read and digest so that you come up to scratch in your profession.